to God. Wait. Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Oh, goddamn life. Even my mama couldn't tell me why. Please stop acting like your old dad.
Ha ha! Carl back just in time.
I made it.
Oh my God! You know who didn't make it? Corey, because he's fucking late as always.
No, like, okay,
Fucking
everybody who watches knows Corey always comes in fashionably late.
Slides in.
Just fucking like, what's up, I'm Corey? Have you seen my muscles?
Have you
Right?
seen my latest
And my
movie?
enormous talent? My bulging talent?
Yeah, I was telling Carl earlier. I was like, I'm really glad I don't have like a talent per se, because it's soul crushing watching Corey be like, "Hey, Carl, you like cameras? I also like cameras now."
Facts.
Jesus,
I
fucking
saw
Christ.
his movie poster and I was like,
Yeah. He's like, hey, punk.
that's good.
I hear you like how to draw. So do I.
Yeah, showed you my immense bulging talent.
It's like, fuck, stop it!
I need you to fucking save some for the rest of us.
It's fucking. I'm really glad he's not in here to have his ego inflated, and he
No,
never listens
fuck
to the
him.
show, so he'll never hear these nice
Fuck
things that we
Corey.
said very aggressively about him. Oh my God. Okay, Ian says, you know who didn't make it? 78% of my platoon. Yeah, apparently Ian had a plethora of dead grandmas in his platoon
At this weekend?
because everyone fucking like. He said he started with like 40 something and he ended with 11, and it was like beautiful weather and easy terrain, and they still all just like shit the bed on it. Which is why, Ian, everyone listening, we need the homie platoon. It's the only thing that can save.
Yes.
Please.
That's true.
Do I need to serenade you
We need it.
so sweetly?
I'm saying ASAP. I'm saying gun gamers. I'm saying Mo Guns. I'm saying Cass, and I'm saying like 4 or 5 little stragglers. Right?
Let's go.
Bring them all in one big happy, angry family. And let's just roll a fucking MSW, man. It'll be a good time. Yeah, no, Ian, you're coming. I don't know why. Who do you think's gonna be the platoon sergeant or cadre for us?
No.
Who
he's
else
saying-
would cadre for these animals?
He's saying
We
bring him
clearly
on the
can't
show.
lead ourselves.
Oh,
He's
you want to
saying
come
bring
on
him
the
on
show,
the
so you
show
can
to
complain?
complain? I mean, I'd say let him do
Send
it
him the
if
link.
Corey doesn't show
Send
up.
him the link.
Yeah.
Send him
Yeah.
the link.
Yeah. Hold on, Ian. Let me get you on here. Let me.
Ian, you
Send
better
him
have
the
your
link.
sweet camera already.
Hold on. Yeah, because Corey's gonna take a sec, so I'm gonna unceremoniously kick you off like as soon as.
Yeah. Like if for any reason, mid sentence doesn't matter. Gone.
All right.
You're done.
Quickly. TikTok.
Ah! Panic. Panic season.
Yeah, I bet you weren't set up, were you, Ian? I bet you were.
He's like, oh shit. Where's my cigar?
But no, like I just keep thinking, and we got to figure out which event it is, because there's 2 things I desperately want to do on this show. I want to do the weekend Airbnb fucking charity stream,
Yes.
Yeah.
and I want to make a homemade platoon. All right, motherfucker, you got 5 minutes. Air your grievances.
I can't hear him.
It started. So it
There we
started.
go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, you about to.
It
Tell him,
started.
Ian.
It started off poor because I was planning on going with a completely separate platoon and a completely separate company because I was going to be going as like an RTO, and it was just like not even going as a staff member. One cadre drops, and then Josh, 30 hours before the event, he's like, Ian, help. I'm like, okay, I got you. No problem. I start talking to members of my platoon, and then I realize there's been no prior coordination at all. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, well, get that ball rolling 24 hours before the event starts. Awesome. We get into Griffin Group, which is actually the sick new AO that Josh picked up at 7 by Fort Bragg. Really, really like it based off of what I saw this weekend. I start counting off the guys, and it's great. Like, we're supposed to have 49 to start out with. We have 47 who made it. And everybody, there's a couple of guys who are like, well, whatever, maybe this is their first time or they don't really understand the gist of the game, but, they'll get there. We step off at...
You hold on. You had faith for the first time, and
I had faith, yeah.
forever.
Well,
it was immediately betrayed.
I wasn't super worried. There were a bunch of guys who didn't have night vision, and while that's sort of kind of a necessary thing at Milsim West at certain times, it's only really necessary for leadership positions, and most of our leadership positions had night vision. So, okay, cool. We can, kind of carry these guys to victory. the initial infill is on a bus, as sort of like an air assault type thing, and it is just a savage fucking firefight for the first 4 hours of the game. Constant blank fire. Derek's over on this berm shooting at us with his full auto saw. It's really cool, and I'm loving it. And I'm, leading guys into the fight. And then they all just ran off like chimps, with like without telling me. And I would go over the net, and I'm just like, hey, any Alpha Company first platoon elements, please reconsolidate to the CCP, because there's like 9 of you here, spread across all 4 squads. I don't know where the rest of you are. That entire first fight just halts, and it just stalls out. So it's like, okay, well, we're gonna move our CCP and our PB into this wood line nearby. I give this rousing speech about how, like, I'm super proud of you guys. You're fighting really, really hard. I'm really proud of how you guys are doing. And not 15 minutes after I'm done giving that speech, like 6 dudes, all of them just drop. They're like, hey, man, there's going to be rain coming. We're done. There's rain coming. It's going to be a bad time.
Wait, there's rain? Bitch, there's rain gear.
We knew there was going to be rain. We told them to pack for rain.
This is like the kids at fucking Salsk that I was like, did you bring cold weather gear? They're like, we have thermal underlayers. I'm like, cool, you're gonna fall out.
Yeah. And
I don't get how you can spend like this much money at a game and not be prepared.
Dude, within 4 hours, these guys who had wasted hundreds of dollars on the ticket, travel, equipment, and consumables were just like, yep, fuck it, I'm done.
Dude,
not worth it.
Next one on PL4, I'm
understand.
gonna be such a fucking cunt about the packing list. Like,
I
I'm
was
gonna
so
go. I'm gonna
nice,
like
too.
visually, like physically inspect your shit. Like, this isn't warm. Get the fuck out of here.
During the safety brief, Josh was just like, explaining to people how, like, it's going to be hot out during certain parts of this event. You're going to need a gallon of water at least. And then one dude who I guess turns out was in my platoon was like, yeah, I've got a liter. And Josh is just like, go get more water because you're going to want it. And the dude goes, no, I can hack it. And then just gets fucking leveled by Josh. Dude just gets clowned on for the next like 2 or 3 minutes. It's like, all right, now let's continue after we're done making fun of that guy.
Paint me a picture with your words. I need to know. Was he rather large, or was he a bro vet?
No, he was actually one of the few that actually made it to the end in my platoon. Surprisingly.
Shit.
So if that dude could make it, what the fuck happened to the other 38
I
people?
think it was the spirit of Josh Warren that pushed him through.
I'm so angry. I'm like not even angry, just disappointed in like 38 grown ass adult men who have like jobs, who paid to be there,
and like
they've got a family,
like a lot.
He traveled too, probably most of them traveled to this thing. So like,
there's a dude who came from Cali. He took a flight from Cali, and he dropped within the first 12 hours.
To quit.
Hmm.
What do you do with the rest of your weekend at that point? Like, what did he go to a fucking Airbnb? Did he go to a bed and breakfast? Did he go fucking whale watching? I don't know what the fuck you do near Bragg, but like,
that's a fantastic question. We like that, like by 20 hours in, I was below 50% remaining personnel.
It's a base town. Like, all they have are dive bars and more dive bars.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what the fuck he was going to do with his life, but apparently it was cooler than mine. I don't know. I was pretty angry. If you guys want to go back to actually having a show and not having me complain, I'll go ahead.
No. You have time to complain, because this is a vastly, because it looked. I was really upset that I couldn't go to the game, because I'm kind of obsessed with like I want to go to more Milsom West now.
This was great. I had a great time.
It looked really cool because I saw people like digging entrenchments and like doing all like the hardcore shit, and the weather seemed like it was gorgeous the entire time.
So it turned out to be gorgeous. Yeah, we thought it was going to piss rain on us.
Little humid, little hot, but
a little humid, a little hot. 3 hours of like mild rain. Otherwise, we were good.
Nice. Because I like keep buying shit for the next one. I have to stop.
Who were you? What faction were you guys? Were you guys?
So I was Rust 4. I was a militia cadre. Yeah.
Wasn't Derek and Ben? Were they?
Ben was not there. Derek went he went with Mayhem, so he was on NATO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw a picture. It was so funny. I was flipping through, and I can tell Derek just by like the way he stands at this point. And I saw this picture, and my boy's been hitting the gym. He looks good.
He's
proud of
good,
him,
man.
I am proud of him.
But I could tell because like I was flipping through the pictures, and I saw. I think it was the eyes. I was like, wait a minute. Scrolled back. I was like, I know that fucking kid.
I knew
my
that
boy.
he was the only guy on NATO with a blank fire gun at that event. Out of like 230 people, he was just the only guy there, and he just showed up with a full auto saw. So anytime I saw just
Yeah, the saw was
bursts
the other
of
big
blank
giveaway.
fire coming, yeah, I was just being real nice and like calling hits at like 300 yards.
Yeah, the real saw with the fucking Elcan or whatever that fucking sight is he has on there. It's like, yeah, all right, there's fucking 20 grand right there. All right.
It was
Piece of shit.
so the game itself was actually really good, and I had a great time because I've been to 7 of these at this point, and that was the most intense first 10 hours I have ever seen. Like those
Was it because,
gunfights were
like,
fucking savage.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, was it
That's so
gunfights
fucking
or just
fun.
the attrition of like losing all your guys, or
The
what?
the attrition was one thing. I mean, to be 100% honest, like after we got past the whole, so the game kind of flipped halfway through to us going from being on the offensive to the defensive. Initially, we kind of expected that because we had an 80-person advantage, that rapidly vaporized. Yeah, it evaporated immediately. But we thought that because we had that personnel advantage, we would be able to sort of have our guys on sort of in a more offensive posture, and we would have been able to have a more even fight. They just had really, really good positioning, fantastic battle positions, like defensive fighting positions were great, and we just couldn't fight through it. And after my guys started to feeling real bad for themselves and dropping out.
Eric, honey, this is very off the cuff, and he bullied us to come on.
Correct.
Scroll up.
Correct.
He demanded. He hurled horrible fucking epitaphs at it.
It was yeah. You should see his DMs. They're real bad, but yeah. We went in a more of a defensive posture, and it was pretty even for most of the game. Like we were giving it, we were taking it, and I'm happy with how it went. I had a great time.
Like it's South because we were very, very much outnumbered the whole time for the most part, from what I can tell, and we got our ass kicked, fucking boot stop to boot stop the entire weekend. And this is Milson West, the only airsoft event I've been to where I was still having a great time. Like, yeah, we were getting our shit kicked. Literally every single engagement we got into, we got fucking steamrolled.
Mm-hmm.
And we worked really hard just to get to those engagements half the time. And I still had a fucking great time. So I would love to, and hopefully the next one be a little bit more of an even like real sustained firefight type of shit at the next MSW.
I mean, there were lulls that took place where we were able to have some downtime, but the gunfights, like when they happened, they were fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm fully set. We need to, like I said, get with Eric. I'll get with Derek. We need to make just like a big group chat and figure out what the home platoon is rolling at and to what and when. Because I don't even know. Unfortunately, isn't their schedule's like fairly short notice, like a couple of months, not like the whole year, right?
So yeah, you'll usually get like 2 or 3 months of your enjoyment of the war. Yeah, should not be dependent on winning, but yeah, you'll have about 3 or so months prior to the event actually happening as to when it's going to happen. 2 or 3, yeah.
Okay, and that's realistically that's enough planning time.
Well, it's enough planning time, and it's a business decision by Josh, just so you can get
There's one in Washington coming up, right? Or did that one already happen?
No, there is one. It's Jump on the Steps or something of that nature.
Is that?
I want to say it's in May. I don't have exact dates for that, but I know it's in May.
That may be the one because I don't. Oh, that may be the one because that Punk. You're going to that one, right?
Where is that?
It's in Washington. Yeah.
Wait.
Star.
When?
So I think it's. Excuse me. It's C. Stavropol. That is. In Centerville, Washington, May 27th to 29th.
Ooh.
That one may be the one. Fuck. I gotta fly with all my shit though. Then
it's dude. Honestly, flying with your shit isn't that bad, especially flying with guns. I've not had a bad experience.
I cheesed it really hard and made because Corey drove. He and Chavez and Jen all took a road trip to Iron Horse, which we're going to talk about as soon as Corey can finish fixing his fucking camera issues.
So
apparently.
hold on.
Fucked it.
Chat's going off. It's funny.
Yeah. What is the Milsim West is? Let's see here. No. Sorry, I was just about to like, when is it again? And then we just said we don't fucking know, and I have the internet right here. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's on the 27th to the 29th. That's
May
in Centerville, Washington.
That's end of May. Fuck, literally, it's like every part of May is every weekend I have
My wife-
something coming
My
up.
wife's
so
gonna
it's-
kill
Yeah,
me 'cause I
that's-
told her it would be a couple of months before I try to leave town again.
Oh, you got like,
That's-
hey man, it's been like a 3-month suspense, so you
That's-
just got to tell your wife, hey, I get 4 of these a year, baby.
I don't know if that's
Here's
how that
the
works
child.
anymore.
Here's the child.
Well,
will see you
she's going out of town for a week in July, so I'm gonna use that.
imported.
I'm gonna use that. It's not like I've been gone like 2 weeks out of the year already. But
Yeah.
let's see. Yeah, Ben's talking about this conversation. You shouldn't play airsoft. But yeah, nobody wins at airsoft. Hot tip: nobody's good at airsoft. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your team looks like. Like,
yeah.
have
I mean,
fun.
there's-
Quit fucking trying to be good at airsoft.
I know there's some events that like declare a winner or count the number of tickets or whatever at the end, and DFE
Yeah, I like
is actually
knowing.
one of those.
I
Like
like
you have
knowing.
people who win, but
Yeah.
at Milsim West, I can assure you there are no winners.
True.
You're all losers. Just face it.
Everybody's there
We're
to
all
suffer.
fucking
True.
losers.
You all paid to be there. You're all losers. Yeah.
Oh my god. No, that should be the mentality. But I was hoping fucking Corey, because now I got to get. If we are going to do this, we're going to have to start coordinating very fast. But it will be nice because we will have a. Because will it be you or Corey who'd be cadre?
So I mean, I have zero problem not being cadre for events. Obviously, it's nice because I get paid and I get my expenses reimbursed, but I have no problem actually just going to events. I have fun anyway. So if Corey wants to run cadre, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, that'll be fun. Because I mean, it's not like we'll be hurting cats because everyone will know each other. And
It'll be
everyone
all
will
the same.
invested in like sticking the fuck together.
Yeah.
Because that's the big thing. Like even when you
Can we
have,
just
like,
not go
good
NATO?
coordinated squads, we're not. When you even have like
Can we
good,
go militia? I just want to go militia.
Yeah.
Militia's the shit, dude.
Oh,
I
we
love
have
running
to do
militia.
Yeah, no, we'll absolutely do militia. All right, let's go. Ian, I love you. Goodbye.
Was that my replacement?
Yes.
Yeah. That was
You
your
just
temp.
sneaking him out of here before I come in the back door?
No, there's nobody, baby. There's nobody. Don't look in the closet.
He better be good at making movies
Just look at me.
or figuring out how to turn on my freaking autofocus. Thanks, David Lee.
Yeah, dude, he really fucked your shit all up. No, he was weird. So there's a Milson West in Washington at the
There
end
you
of
go.
May. And
Oh,
we were just talking
really?
about we were just talking about the homie platoon. He said you can be cadre. So you get to be important.
I am the best cadre when it comes to getting rolled.
We are very good at taking just an absolute reaming and continuing on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that being said, we got actual shit to talk about for once in a while.
Oh, really? Oh, really? What's that?
Real quick. I
Yes.
got to throw this out there because he keeps bringing it up. He Kim. Aaron,
Just
my guy, go online, get some M81, be militia. You don't even have to fucking wear
not
camouflage.
even M81, dude. Yeah, be a
You don't even
militia.
have to wear camouflage. Wear a pair of jeans and a hoodie and be militia. And a hoodie.
And just
Wear
stick
hoodie?
Ahigo fucking stickers all over your face. Like,
Get a
we don't give a
hoodie?
shit. Yeah. Like,
No,
killing me.
don't Ahi Cam or die. That is the way. That is.
We'll
what are
kill you.
Stiff. There's only the stiff deal in absolute.
Listen here, you
Sir.
little shit.
Anyway, I'm off my high horse here, sir. You can do it. You can do it without the Ahi
No,
Cam.
militia's,
Okay?
militia's really fun because that's where all the cool scrubby boy kits look, and I love the aesthetic. Every time I see militia, I'm like, ooh,
No,
Boy, that's
militia is like
looks good.
militia is for the people in the middle who don't want to commit to Rust 4 or NATO. And it's like you want to still play and you want to still have a good time. Be militia. Like look up 1980s, 1990s, like militias from around the world. Just look kind of like that, and you'll be fine. And then you get to hang out with the Rust 4, and those guys are the ones who always have fun. So
those guys do have a good time.
like win-win.
Yeah.
No, it's a great
Eric says
Militia's
militias peak homelessness.
Yeah,
True.
dude. They
Yeah, it's
the,
peak
the,
homelessness.
the kit they run is the aesthetic I want for a game for sure. I really like it. I just need to shit can my MCX like rattle spray because that's not the new. I got a new Fatco or another Fatco. I got one of his new BCM VFC builds. Contact him immediately and buy one for yourself. Do it right now. I don't care if you have the money or not. Go into debt. It's amazing. And as much as I don't ever want to give PTS credit for anything, their new EPM ones are actually gangster. They fed
They
to the
are
last
incredible.
BB every single fucking time.
Whoa.
I would very much more like to shove them up Greg Wong's ass in his ears and down his throat
That's what I was waiting for.
and see if they can make him airtight. But
Yeah. So
they
I
are
also
good. They are good magazines.
I have a really good idea. It's an airsoft patch idea. I've been brainstorming in my head. It involves your boy, you know, and I don't know if I want to say it on here because I almost kind of want to inspire somebody else to do it before me.
Don't inspire these people.
Okay. Yep. You know what? Fuck you. You don't get it. You don't get it. It has to do with Greg Wong. It's a Greg Wong patch, but
I don't want to
Just
give
come
him
on,
any more attention.
no. I want money off his name. That is what I want. I want to make money off that motherfucker's name. He's tarnished everything else, everything that we fucking love. Okay, we have to deal with him. And if I have to fucking deal with him, I'm gonna make money off his stupid ass. Okay, I don't give a shit. Fuck that guy. Fuck him. I don't give a clip this. This is the shit. Fuck out of here. Nobody loves you.
Oh God, this is all right. So speaking of, wish Fatco would post basic price lists so that I knew how much pennies to save. $1,400 for a tier 0 build, or $1,500 for a tier 0 build. It does. The reason he doesn't have a price list is because it varies greatly from from build to build. The MCX costs less than the BCM. All of these cost less than a TM ERG, or not ERG, the NGRS. It depends on the base gun, and then it depends on what upgrades you want. He has a tier 0 or tier 1. He has a couple different builds. Shoot them in a DM, see what he has in stock, see what he wants to buy. I get homie pricing. That being said, it's not a massive discount. I'm still shelling out good money because I'm a big fan of pay for quality. But the gun slaps. The gun absolutely slaps, and I'm going to take my MCX that is also from him, and that will now be my Milsim West gun, assuming I get it to feed, assuming I get all of my shit back from Corey, ever.
Oh, I pawned it.
I know he was going to. You slut.
$50. That's what you wanted, right?
You fucking piece of shit. That being said, we did things. We did productive things the weekend before last.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, wait, so let's go in order here. Okay, talk about the game first before we get into the.
Well, we actually did the movie first.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we can do the game, and then maybe we can watch. Can we watch the movie? Is that allowed?
We can.
Yes.
Okay. So
we know the guy. We know the guy.
Iron Horse. Great time from start to finish. Great road trip. And then another miniature road trip to go get Cole from the airport, which was exciting.
I'm worth it.
If you ever have to drive to Atlanta, go ahead and add like 3 hours to whatever it says the drive time is, because it's terrible.
I was also in Atlanta. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's hell on earth. It's terrible.
It's the busiest airport in the country, I believe. So
Really?
Yeah, like I'm a cop, and all their gas stations are terrifying. So yeah, Atlanta sucks. Anyway, yeah, it was a really phenomenal time. We found a super bougie Airbnb, and it was like a barn dominium. It was cool that we all stayed in.
We didn't.
It was
we didn't
really
utilize it at all. We really should have done.
Yeah, no, we didn't. But it was a great trip, and the game was really, 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 in my opinion, was really, really, really good. It was fun. I think Cole has a slightly different opinion for whatever reason, but I had a really good time, mainly because I didn't botch every single grenade toss that I made, which is rare for me. But
he was on point with those fucking things. I ended up just giving him like all of my grenades because
it's the first game we've played in a while where I felt like we were just steamrolling the whole time, and we had an amazing crew. Like we had the Vans gang, and we had
Evac.
The Evic guys, and it was just it was nonstop. Those guys go hard, and our team stayed together, stayed cohesive, which is rare too. Normally we get separated about 30 minutes in, and that AO is way cooler than I thought it would be. Like, it always looks cool in pictures, but I always kind of was curious about how it played, but I felt like it played pretty well.
It played better this time than it did at Iron Horse 2. I preface this. I had a really good time in the game. I had a good time from the start to finish, like you said. The gameplay as a whole, I really enjoyed. My only real complaint, or my only real qualm with it was, and this again could come down to the fact that we weren't involved with the command structure at all. But it was just a big weekend game at the end of the day. There wasn't so much an experience. It was just a fun game at a cool AO, which on surface level is all I really wanted.
Isn't that most American Milsim stuff though?
kind of been the way that stuff has gone. Again, had a great time, really enjoyed it, but there is a lot left on the table, I think, in the way that they do games. But we could have just totally whiffed on that because we weren't actively asking command for tasking and we weren't actively like trying to get on the missions and shit. Like there could have been a whole fuck ton of cool fragos that we missed on, or there could have been a bunch of neat like hidden objectives that we didn't see. I know they're trying to like implement some stuff. But as a just like flip the flags, go shoot people, I had an awesome time. I will say they made the AO work for as many people as they were there for sure.
Yeah.
Because there were times where like we were rolling so hard, like it felt fucking empty. It was kind of nuts.
Was it like how many
Green-
people? 300?
800.
800?
400?
800.
400, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Cost was absolutely donkey punching UFS the whole weekend, except for like maybe Sunday morning.
Yeah. Well,
but-
and I think that was programmed into the Sunday morning game, which is fine.
Yeah.
Again, it's about everybody having fun, but dude, yeah, Green was just steamrolling the whole time.
There was understandably a so and this is actually probably my only actual real valid complaint is how fucking chirpy kids are at these games. Like I had forgotten because the last Milsom West game we did was reindeer games, and they were pretty chirpy there too, but it was better than normal. And this one,
Yeah, I don't remember it being bad at reindeer games.
fuck, dude, just so much unnecessary shit talk.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
there were some really
and
good
it was-
interactions.
It seemed like the majority of it was dead players walking off the field, just like running their mouths.
like actively talking shit during firefights, like watching people
actually
calling.
pissed.
Like they're like they're ghosted or whatever. Like they've done their bleed out and they're walking back and they would walk past a firefight and then just like talk shit to people
Yeah, it was
who
really
were
weird.
actually playing the game. And there's one,
Yeah.
I remember one guy specifically was like, "You're dead, bro. Don't be a fucking douchebag." He's talking shit while he's walking off, and I'm just like, I'm staring at him, and I'm staring at the guy that he's like defending, and the guy's like, "Yo, will you chill the fuck out? Like everybody's having a good time here. Just keep walking back to spawn." So there was really good interactions too, and you get 800 kids there. There's going to be dickheads, but they just get Ben's right. It got a little COD lobby-ish. I don't know.
Sam says maybe she's part of the command problem because she just typically runs and looks for heat.
That could
Yes.
be it too.
Sam,
we
you are the biggest problem in airsoft right now.
We just focused on flipping flags.
Yep.
That was it. But unfortunately, like I said, we were rolling so hard that like
COD
halfway
lobby.
through day one, we
Sick
were
of
like,
Sam.
"There's no more flags to flip. We have flipped all the flags."
Yeah, Sam's
we
too
doing
nice.
out
She's
here?
ruining airsoft.
Yeah.
No, it was a good time. It was good. Outside of the chirpy kids, I think the one that got on my nerves the most is like we were taking pictures next to a MRAP, and we're there with Russo, who's admin, and we're taking pictures,
Yeah.
and we're like
Sunday,
signing the helmet of this kid whose like friend passed away, and he's getting the helmet signed by just like people that he knows around the airsoft community and stuff, and big names and stuff like that.
really
Of which I'm none of those, but we're getting pictures of this kid, and like this dude walks up and he goes, "Hey, you guys need to pull your dead rags if you're going to sit here and just take pictures." And it's like, well, first of all, none of us are dead, so if we get shot, that's on us. I was like, and second, we're obviously here with an admin taking pictures. Like people have such a hard time minding their own business. That was the only downside to the whole thing, and it was so minuscule that it
it's
didn't
not
it didn't
something
factor
that
in.
control. Yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
I would like to see a little more involvement.
That kind of reminds me of like somebody who just sees a picture on Instagram and be like, "Yeah, they should have had their dead rags out." Okay.
Yeah.
But in real life,
It was an IG
they
comment section.
forgot that they're not online.
But as far as like what they did with the AO was great. Like I said, I had a good time with the game. I thought it was really fun. And maybe I don't know. I feel like they used to do a lot more at some of these events. But I mean, they had 800 fucking people there. So like, how do you coordinate something like that effectively? Like better than they did, because they did a good job.
Yeah, because I don't remember Copperhead having a lot of like flag objectives and actually things to do and like objects to find. But I don't think Copperhead was 800 fucking people.
It's
This last,
A
yeah,
lot.
it was pretty big this last time, I think.
Yeah. I feel like they could benefit from some dynamic gameplay elements. That being said, I'm not 100% what those would be. This is just me being a piece of shit
Or
and
just maybe
spitballing,
building
but,
more
like,
of a story. Because like Overwatch and Titan, which is dead.
Overwatch
We're
is
always
dead.
really good at that. Yeah, Overwatch
Titan's
is
dead too. Fucking
Wow.
hey. some
Damn.
some dead event
COVID
organizers there.
COVID just ruined organizers. There.
Maybe
Wild.
maybe they are doing something right. Yeah, there's a fucked up. Yeah, we saw Kate. I haven't seen her in fucking forever. It's nice that she crawled out of her hole to bless us and say hello.
Yeah.
It's always good seeing her. And I saw a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a long time. And like I said, the AO is fucking smashing.
It was cool. It was a cool AO. It's one of the cooler AOs I've played on. It wasn't as big as I thought it was. Like in pictures, like it looks huge, and maybe we only used a portion of it, but it was like for that many people, it played really well.
Yeah, they did it, and like I said, I'm bitching about dynamic elements, but I mean they did a really good job of coordinating game flow, and they did a really good job of keeping shit moving, which with 800 fucking people, it cannot be easy.
Yeah.
And there weren't any major problems at any point ever. Like there's little kids chirping and bitching. That's not their fault. That could very much be a regional thing. Like certain games I've noticed are worse than others. But like there weren't a fuck ton of blind men. There weren't a fuck ton of like
casualties or game people pausing the game. Yeah, it seemed like it was a smooth. It was one of the smoother games that I've played.
Yeah, so you guys are saying overall rules wise, it was pretty good though.
Yeah. No, like I said, they did a good job. Like I said, I just kind of want to see a little bit more with an AO like that. But
okay, so if you're giving it a 1 to 10, what do you give it, Cole?
8.5. Like
yeah,
I like it. I
was gonna say 8.5.
8.5.
That's one of the better like AMS games that you guys think you've gone to then.
Oh yeah, hands down.
In recent memory.
Nice.
Yes.
The OG ones were kind of a different AO, I feel like.
Well, it's like the old Broken Homes, and everybody hates that AO now, but the old Broken Homes were like the best games.
Yeah.
I just felt like they were, and it could be on me because back whenever I was just a player, maybe I felt like I was more involved than I was as a sponsor. I think maybe sometimes because we are like in the sponsor category, like we just kind of we end up running like a goon squad.
I think at the next one we need to be active in, like, if I have to bite the bullet and be a PL, I think we need to be active in the command structure and just see if that gets us anywhere.
How did your kits run? All good? Any improvements for the next one? I ran a chest rig for the first time since like my first game, I think. Actually, I borrowed one that Samurai Matt had built for a Broken Home like 4 or 5 years ago, and I loved it. It was phenomenal.
You were using the Velocity Systems on this for Iron Horse, though, right?
No, that was direct action gear.
Action gear.
I'm big on direct action gear stuff. It's phenomenal. It's a smaller chest rig than I thought I was getting, but I mean, it carries 8 mags and it carried a battery and all the stuff that I needed, like bare essentials. I can add a little bit to it, but it was pretty great.
Yeah, I've got mine. My kit's pretty much dialed in. I was running my Spiritus, which is a little slick for what I needed. Actually, I probably should have ran the Armistice. Just it's got a little more shit on it, but like the belt rig carries almost everything I need. So I felt good. And then, like I said, the new Fatco BCM build slaps. The new fucking PTS EPMs are phenomenal magazines. So I had a great time. I didn't have any gun issues for the first. Oh wait, no, I did. I had one, but it was because apparently the Leviathan trigger and Titan MOSFET doesn't mate very well with the Titan batteries. Something about like discharge rate. So it locked up my shit, and I had to have Fat Kid fix it real quick. But
which he did on the spot. Great customer service.
Yep, phenomenal. Yeah. Do not have enough good things to say about that dude.
Always take him your gun. Listen to him yell at you while he swabs it for you and yells at you for not cleaning it.
If you want a good laugh, stick around Chrono Booth, and Corey and I go into Chrono and watch Fat Kid yell at us.
Yeah, I run my gun like an unflushed toilet, man. It's just disgusting. He hates me every time I give it to him. It's so filthy. But it's never broken down. I've never had a single issue with that gun. And now, like he said before, with those EPM ones, it's like the flawless system. It's so phenomenal
to have a gun that feeds all the time.
Oh my goodness, it's game changer.
But
we did. I want to hear about what you guys did pregame.
Oh, you want to hear about our pregame? Okay. So if you guys haven't been,
by the way, but we were talking shit about you, Corey, in like the nicest way possible. You're coming on. We were like, yo, fuck Corey for being good at everything. Because I saw your title cover, your movie cover, and I was like, I give up. I'm done.
Dude, so funny story
done.
about that. I totally forgot to do it ahead of time. I put that together in like 15 minutes.
I
Fuck
hate
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
No,
I knew I wanted, like, we had the picture next to the MRAP that we all kind of were like, yeah, that's going to be the one we're going to use, that one of Jin. And then there was a cool one of like that was kind of blurred of the guys moving through the tunnels. And I was like, I know I want to use that one, and I kind of want that effect of like a subway train going by really quick. So I went and found, I was looking for like a photo online of just a subway like driving by real quick, couldn't find one. So I found a picture of a toy one, and I just blurred it with motion blur and put that on there. And you'll never know. Add flames and it's cool.
Flames, and it's always good.
No, it's funny too, because like usually when those projects that you have to get done and you just whip it together are the coolest ones.
Yeah, dude. And it was like everything was a happy accident on it. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool because I totally forgot how to Photoshop. So I was like having to teach myself. I was like, oh crap, how do you do this? How do you do layers? Like, But no, it turned out really cool.
You want to talk about it first, or do you want to watch it first and then talk about it after?
I don't know. Let's go to the comment section. You guys want to watch it, or do you want to talk about it?
Because I mean,
There's only like
Jenny
3
says
people.
the game was
per
also
person.
8.5.
Yeah.
I got it right here.
Yeah.
I got it right here. Let me see. Share.
First glance, I thought you were on a bus. Yeah, I mean, we could have played it off as a bus too.
Watch first. Watch. Okay, everybody wants to
Okay.
All right, let's watch it.
Everyone, 2 out of 10. Watch.
Yeah.
Two out of that's
Everyone.
almost 20%.
Hey, there's
40%.
You- that's
Okay.
like that's
Hey,
like
this is the best audience participation we've ever had.
You guys rule.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully the
Full
audio
screen.
works. We'll fucking see. There we go.
You're good.
Am I doing commentary or are we just watching?
Nah, I would just watch it.
We'll just watch it.
All right, I'll shut up. God, those visual effects are so good.
Bomb that's gone off in the subway. We think there's a secondary device. We're going to go sweep, see if we can't find this on the secondary device. We always expect heavy resistance, but there'll be something.
Nice District 15 patch there. Cool.
You like that? I didn't have one of yours, so I made do.
I love the music that you find.
It's all stock. It's all stock garbage, man. You just got to make it work.
Chat, can you guys hear okay?
I like this touch.
Turn up 20% approximately.
We're gonna have to talk
Charge
about
set.
this fucking debt charge that he made.
2, 1, breach, breach, breach.
That's not CG.
No, that was terrifying.
God, I love that. That screen grab of that is fucking gross.
Corey's becoming the new master of the sprinting shot.
Yeah, I
I
was
like-
gonna say when I saw that in the trailer of Jenny like full sprinting, I was like, okay.
I like how I'm turning into Corey's Tom Cruise. I'm just sprinting and everything for no reason.
I'm gonna have you jumping off a building tonight.
This shit though, right here.
Okay, that's dope.
That was like the most Avengers thing ever.
Dude, that slide was so good.
I told Corey, I was like, please re-edit the Avengers theme.
Also, I like this. Just we're like, fuck it, and just roll on it.
Yeah.
And we shoot. We shoot.
Poor
Miguel
Miguel.
so many fucking times.
It's excessive.
Like, how many times do you want to shoot him in post? Just mad. Chavez must.
Oh, John.
Disarm. We're good. Back it up. Let's go.
I think what I love most about this whole thing is that helicopter.
Dude,
Dude.
so good, right?
I taught myself how to do every single part of that in one night, and I about threw my laptop through a window because I went and I spent $60 on a 3D model, and I was like, cool. I have a basic understanding of how to put a 3D model like into a 2D space and like make the rotor spin. But the model that I bought didn't have like the rotor as one whole piece to spin. Every single blades would spin separately, and there was no way within the program I was using to make them like a group to spin together. This is all nerd talk. I apologize, but I just gave up on it. So I deleted it, and then I went into a 2D program, made my own rotors, and just spun that. So it's a 3D helicopter with just a cheesy graphic of a rotor, but it's spinning so quick that you don't know.
Yeah.
So it's all about what you can sell
It's
and
the
hide.
dude. No, like I remember when you like I taught myself how to do a thing.
Yeah,
I
dude.
saw it, and I was like, dude, that is so sick.
Well, and that's yes, Derek. Yes,
Derek, yeah.
bring me machine guns, please. No, man, that's kind of what these movies are about. They're like, I know film saying it's experimental is stupid, but that's what it is for me. It's these are training videos.
Yeah.
And when they turn out cool, awesome. But normally within every single one of them, I've taught myself 5 to 10 new things that I can carry on to the next one. And what's cool is like with visual effects, once you learn like a basic like baseline of skills, you can plug in different things in there to create different scenes. It's always like the same kind of concept, but you just make it look different. So
Corey, how much time did you spend color grading on this? Because like I saw the front scene was like a lot darker, a lot more, I guess, neutral colors where you didn't really go to warm or cool. And then there was obviously some shots in the tunnel where it was like really warm.
So that's
still.
We shot all natural lighting. Obviously, we really didn't have time. The only lights that I had is Jennifer happened to have one light like in her pocket, and then David Lee had one that they brought to me. So I had 2 little panel lights that I used to sometimes light my setup here. Right. And for the entry scene, we shut all the lights off, and I just turned on one red light. So the entry where it's all red and they're walking out of the darkness was done with one light. And then the only other lights we used is I set them on a lightning mode so they would flicker. So they looked like electrical shorts. And I just stuck them in random areas in the train while we were walking through them. And then in post, I added like the spark sounds and the sparks arcing. And it really sells it. Like it was just like, again, these are all happy accidents. Yes, it's that.
This.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk about production costs outside the cost of the camera, we spent like $80.
Well, I was just curious, like how much time you spent like changing S-logs, or do you just?
No, we shot it all. I want to say it's picture profile 8 on Sony, which is like their raw, Yeah. And then I just dropped an RE LUT on it, which it was literally the same LUT across the board. I just had to make fine tune some things here and there, but color grading was the quickest.
Nice.
To give you an idea,
I really liked it.
This was almost like the whole thing was almost one continuous fucking take. It was so fast.
Yeah,
it
was literally It was 2 hours, and I mean, American Milsim, to their credit, they let us do these things. But on sites like that are really heavily controlled, there's a lot of like tension that you can kind of feel like I don't know if we can be here doing this or not.
Yeah.
Because we were going to film the night before. And then that got shut down. Then we were going to film that morning. And right as we were finishing up filming in the morning, they kicked us off again. And again, No hard feelings there. They've paid for the site. It's theirs. They allow us to do this, and we don't want to get them in trouble. They were cool with it. You know, I asked permission. That's why they're tagged in it and everything. But it was just like hyper fast. The whole thing was shot in 2 hours, maybe a little less. So if you know anything about video production, Siege, which is finishing up now, I just got word today, 15 minutes long, shot on 3 18-hour days. So to be able to get a 5-minute anything in 2 hours is pretty incredible. And I'm not taking credit for it. The guys that I'm working with, I literally just have to say, go do this in the train, and I just film it. That's literally all I did. So no script, no prior planning, just me with a decent camera and 2 lights, and we got that done.
How much time did you spend in post? Doing
3 days. About 3 days.
Actual hours, you think?
20, 24.
20.
Yeah, easily.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Whatever
honestly,
you can do, Corey can do better.
A lot of the hardest part for me is sound, which I'm still figuring out. Like somebody made a note, which I always welcome criticism because again, these are training videos for me. Somebody said like, I guess the dialogue was mono, like it wasn't stereo. Right there. Yeah. So again, and there's my response to it. It's like, hey, nice catch. It has something to do with the way I export it, because when I'm editing, I hear it like in stereo, but whenever it exports, it's mono. And it did that on the first one too, on some of the parts. So I'm still figuring it out. It'll get better. But
you're using Premiere Pro, right? Not Final Cut?
Yeah, Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
How long till you do a woods-based video? If you watch the first hitters, that's woods-based. It's an ambush out in the woods.
It is. I do want to, because I know initially, like for the first hitters, there was this grand idea that we're going to have like a bunch of backstory behind the characters and all this shit. I really kind of like the idea that like there's nothing, we don't even have fucking names. Like,
yeah.
There's not credits.
Yeah.
But I would at some point like to see, like as the videos evolve and as they get more complex, we start throwing in more like shit like we had initially had in mind.
We all just need to meet in Colorado.
Evolution.
Go to the range.
Colorado,
use Derek's.
Fucking do it.
Derek's blank stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like the whole idea behind the hitters is it can be done at a cool like site with the American Milsim. I assume we're gonna be able to do one for Copperhead, because I think that would be dope. Like a desert-based one, desert-based camo. It might be what takes the place of QRF, because that's just permanently on the back burner until we get permission to use that bigger site and
for a longer period of time. Yeah.
Copperhead is UFS then.
I don't know, man. I enjoyed Cost, but I'm gonna bring my desert camo just in case.
I'd say we're Cost for
a while.
Yeah.
There was it was nice to do something different, and it was nice to have excuse to buy the M81 UF Pros that I got in this week. And they are sick.
I just want to be able to wear my fucking all skill no luck DNC camo top. For
Yeah.
the love of fucking God, do let me wear it.
Which I'm on them pretty hard with this video. They liked it. They like Cole wearing his all skill no luck hoodie, and I went to go try and buy one. No,
been sold out forever. And
yeah,
they
they've been
don't
sold
resell them. So mine's in the back of your truck. Don't fucking lose it.
Oh, never mind, guys. I have one.
Ah, you piece of shit. It's a medium. You'll never fit.
Yeah, I'll just get scrawny and weak. Just kidding. Cole lifts way more than me right now.
But no, this was really fun, and I never purport to be any kind of acting talent, but it's fun being able to like knock the rust off occasionally between big projects. Because inevitably we'll have another big project, I'm sure, between after Ten of Swords and Siege come out. Like that's just the natural evolution. I know, Corey, you've had some stuff in mind for a much bigger project. It's just a matter of like finding time and space to do said.
Yes.
Project.
I've got one I started writing on. Can't really get into what it is just yet, but I would like to hopefully get around to it in the fall, maybe early next year, as far as big projects go, because we've got 2 big projects that are going to be coming out hopefully in the next 2 months. And that's I would like to let those simmer for a bit and then get into something else. Of course, like supplementing it with these short films. These short films are easy. They cost absolutely nothing, and they look
content.
They look good. I would like to get more behind the scenes. I wish I had like a second camera, or at least somebody with a cell phone getting more BTS stuff to just, because it's pure chaos. It's running and gunning as fast as we can and just like hoping the shots work and then making it work in post.
We need to just set up a movie weekend is what we need to do. Same idea, give us a little bit bigger time frame, but dedicated solely to making a 15, a 5-10 minute short, like something like going up to Colorado, having a plan in place. The problem though is like we need to be sure we have enough people because like people have to travel for this shit. So we either need enough local cats.
And what's nice, and I mean the first hitters we had a lot more people and like a tiny crew, like Wayne shot and David shot. I like the fact that I was able to run the camera too for this, and I would like to save those guys for the bigger projects, so I'm not wearing them out and abusing them. This is my first time running the camera for the whole thing, so it was me on the camera, me doing the VFX, me doing the color grading, the editing, the sound effects, everything. Like and it's not that I want to be like able to cut everybody out. I want to have a basic understanding of how everything works. So whenever I'm on a set and I'm delegating, I have a rough idea of what they're going to have to do pre and post production.
My question too, Corey, is are all these shots just handheld? Like, do you have a gimbal or?
Nope, all handheld. Literally just the FX3 in my hand, which I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they all have a kind of like a miniature gimbal in all of them. They have that like, what is it, 5 or 6 axis stabilization on top of digital stabilization. So it's not hard to get a steady shot. I didn't necessarily want steady shots because I wanted
for these type of videos. No. Yeah.
No. Now, for Siege, we were running like a gimbal on a swing arm, and like Wayne's got like a whole rig. And
Siege is still the most produced production we've done.
Yeah. Yes. Tennis Swords might be bigger.
I feel like Siege had more. No, we had way more crew on Siege.
Way more crew on Siege. Different. Well, maybe Siege was bigger.
We had a helicopter on Siege, guys.
Okay, yeah, no,
Siege was the more produced.
I got us a helicopter. Sure. Yeah, so never mind. You're right.
We just had more locations with TOS.
Yes,
we had a good crew with TOS. Like there's still a lot of moving parts, but like Siege had. I always forget Siege had like a 50-man production crew and a helicopter and fucking vehicles and a trailer, and like we had a lot of
crazy
shit. We had drones, like
so
we had the police department.
You're thinking pretty soon for Siege then, huh?
Yes. I got a message from Wayne today. Our sound guy says everything's kind of in place. He goes, and he says it's gross, dude. He says it's really good. And I've been listening to the sound score, which is complete nonstop. Dude, it's insane. Like I keep using the term Hollywood level quality. The guy that did our sound score absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Can we talk about this little fucking ditty right here?
Should we though?
Are we allowed to?
Should we?
Well, probably not. This is nothing.
Yeah, no, it's like a pudding pack.
Don't come
Everything was done VFX and post.
Yeah. That's nothing. Also, Chavez, Kev, all the very concerned boys in the chat. Yes, I shaved my ratty mustache off. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
you look clean shaven and like
you look way less operating.
What's up?
I said you look way less operating or operator-ish.
Well, it's because I'm not wearing all the fucking kit. But yeah, I mean that honestly, I like the mustache and stubble is a good look for Kit. I think it looks good. I still think Eric has the best look for
operator,
somebody in that position. Yeah, like for like just picturing in my head like what QRF was going to look like. Just like guys hanging out at a team house. For some reason, Punk walking around with like an old ratty shirt with holes in it that had like a helmet, like an old. In my head, he was gonna be walking around with like.
They're describing a homeless person.
Like by the way, Punk was gonna be walking around with like a red Solo cup with a little bit of vodka in it and a Misfits shirt with some holes in it, and
he's got a stick over his shoulder with a bandana that has all his goods.
No, it's a UFO tack pants.
Yeah,
like, just looking like a skater who just happened to fall into a fucking team.
Now, I will say this for the slide. I demonstrated for everybody first. I wouldn't make anybody do anything I couldn't do. I handed off the camera. I took a gun. I showed them what I wanted, and then they did it 10 times better.
The fucking just how I forgot how in sync they were.
Yeah, how in sync they were is insane.
Yeah, it's absolutely again happy accidents, man.
Look at this shit. Hold on, I'm gonna slow this down even more because it's fucking fast. Like, look at this. Bink!
Dude,
Their knees bend at the same time, dude.
it's high, dude. It's a tie.
It's so good because Chavez comes out of nowhere. There's some fucking weight behind.
True,
him.
Also,
because-
do you know how hard it is to track handheld shots for like those tracers to like find a tracking point? You have to manually track every frame.
Every frame, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that is one of my favorite things I've ever seen in any short ever made. Like any short film I've ever watched. That's, or at least action wise, like that's one of my favorite fucking things.
They
I've ever
killed
Now,
it.
dude, imagine doing that with blinks.
Yeah.
Derek.
We would've
Or
blown
machine
everyone-
guns,
we would've blown
Derek.
everyone's ears out because Jessen had blanks. It was funny. All right, so get this. I didn't realize Jessen had blanks up until
He popped
you
one
should
off and we're
see
like,
my
"Jeez,
face."
dude."
It's like
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Oh, you see
So-
my head fucking
Yeah, so
do
that one. So hey, go forward a little bit. So those are fake, obviously. Like the muzzle flash is his first two. The second set, the first one he fires is Jennifer passes is real.
Yeah, because his gun wasn't cycling. He was having feeding issues with the blanks.
Yeah,
like, it
right.
was-
It's right after Miguel
Whoa,
shoots right
right
here,
there.
right there. That's real.
Yeah, it's low charge or whatever the fuck. But
Yeah,
it was
flat.
his rifle wasn't cycling.
Yeah,
so he'd have
that's
to.
real right there.
Yeah,
You know,
he'd
it's
have
so
to-
loud. You can hear it, and you can hear him shoot a second one as she's running.
Yeah. Yeah.
John, at least I didn't have ear pro.
Yeah, I don't. He was next to me. I had those because those fucking things were loud too. And it was funny though because like I think I saw him loading them, and I think in the back of my head I was like, oh, he's got blanks. And then the first time he did them, I was like, fuck, those are loud. Oh, I should probably turn these ear pro on. But yeah, no, this dude, I can't get over this slide. This slide makes me so happy. Dink.
Oh yeah, they killed that.
And I like how I just said fuck that.
Just
Slide
go over the
did.
top.
Full
Fuck
score over the
that.
top. Fuck that. Yeah,
Um,
that's funny.
And then a little shout out to Hop Up here because this fucking blue laser, this annihilating fucking death beam,
It's so ridiculous, dude.
is a leaf peck that I got off a Hop Up for like $150, and it has been the best piece of airsoft equipment that I own. Like, look at that fucking thing! It's just so angry. Kev gets shot a whole lot, and then we murder Miguel. He deserves it because he's a terrorist, but. We were all going to prison for that.
yeah.
Like, that's wild. Yeah, man. I had a blast. This was a lot of fun.
That's super cool.
Yeah,
you guys
and
killed it. I
it's-
mean, like you said, like minimal of 2 hours. It's awesome. And you
Yeah.
got 20 hours in a post. That's
Well, and for like I said, the
Impressive.
really impressive thing was watching like gears turning Corey's head as he like figures out what he wants.
It's yeah. If I don't know, man. It's I don't think about it, and it just kind of happens. I think that's just how my brain is wired. There's something
see,
wrong
like
with
when I
me.
do videos for work and I tell my bosses, like, yeah, I have X amount of hours into this and it's a 2-minute video, they don't believe me. And when I'm doing product videos, it's nowhere near as hard. There's not like special effects and like a ton of color grading that goes into it or anything like that.
There's the
like-
panel light. You can see it.
Yeah, no, that's what I was about to point out. Like, this,
Yeah.
is, this is what we were working with. Like, you did so much of this with just that.
Yeah, 2 lights. And my whole thing is like I've followed a bunch of like DIY like movie channels kind of coming up, especially like after I got out of the military, I started taking interest in it, and I'm just now getting around to doing it. But those guys were working with zero budget. They were doing cool stuff. And one theme that always kind of rang across all those different channels was like, it doesn't matter what your budget is. It doesn't matter the camera you have. You just have to get out there and do it, or you're never going to get better at it. Now, I'm lucky to have better equipment to go and do some of this stuff, but it's a handheld camera and 2 lights, and we were able to do all this.
Well,
Right.
and anytime you can learn shit from Jesse, it's just that dude flows so fucking well. Like it's
Yeah.
such a stark contrast to playing with airsofters and then trying to clear a hallway with him.
Yeah.
'Cause the dude's just fucking on his shit. And he
Yeah.
had so much legitimacy to it.
Yeah. But it's like it's nice to have friends who show up with like little taped up fun bags.
Boom.
Yeah.
No, he killed it. He's
But I mean, it's just, and AMS gives us access to all these this awesome scenery, and all I have to do is add minimal visual effects to kind of sell the fact that it blew up, or something blew up, or something's on fire, or there's electrical stuff going off. It's a real easy sell.
Yeah, you know, huge shout out to AMS Bo, especially for like just kind of letting us pirate this because we probably used more of it than he had initially thought, but I think
Yeah.
it came out fucking great.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's the advantage and of being in the milsim community, and I've said it more than once. It's so untapped when it comes to film. Especially if you're doing tactical stuff, because everybody has their own gear. Most of it's legit. Most of the guys have at least some basic understanding of maneuvers. So it's just a matter of like, hey, send me 2 guys and let's go do something, and you can get it done. And AMS gives us access to, like I said, these phenomenal locations. And because who else is going to use this location? Like the other people that used it, it was literally the Fast and Furious, and I guarantee you their budget for that location was $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
And we did it. We did it for the price of a ticket, you know?
And one thing I like about it being so slapped together, something that to me adds a lot of legitimacy, is how like uniform but different everyone's kit looks. Like this looks more used, I guess, if it makes any sense. It's not like where you see like I always relate it to like TV show tack, where it's like all brand new fucking gear and none of it looks like it's ever been worn before, and none of it looks like it's put together in any fashion that, like it's usable.
Same.
It's just like cookie cutter, throw this on, throw that on.
Exactly.
You all like we'll put a cross draw vest. That's how you can tell the main character. He's got a cross draw pistol up here on his titties.
Yeah, or it's like fresh ACU, like that's never been worn, like on the cheesy war movies.
This shit, like even Chavez is fucking snidely whiplash. Man, you'll never get me, Spider-Man. Like he's fucking.
Dude, we wanted to do a meme shot of him tying Jen up on the train tracks if he would have had his bowler cap with the bomb, because it's just like this evil mustache. It's hilarious. But no, man, it was a great time. Like I said, like it's a solid crew. It's easy to get stuff done. Everybody's kind of a like-minded individual. We can just flow through stuff pretty quick.
But they're a lot of fun too.
Because I don't think we did. I think we only did 3 takes on one scene, and the rest was probably 2 on each. One from like one angle, one from another, and I just had him run it twice.
I think going up the stairwell was the most.
We did like. I think I did 3.
Yeah,
and,
just because it was.
And then and then on the cars, I did one. Normally one from the front, one from the rear. Yeah. Or this one I did
Jenny
2.
John's slide. Was that the first take or second?
First. They did it. They did it 3 times, 2 times. There was one where I was following her and I actually did the slide with her, but it was so shaky I couldn't use it. And then I did the stationary one where no, I did 3 takes. We did 3 takes. Well, and so I cut it from 3 different angles.
Justin kicking this door is definitely an outtake because that door immediately slammed.
It came back. Right. What's funny is in the audio you hear it come back and you hear him go, oh. Like
oh my god. If you watch Kenneth Freeman saying, if you watch close shows like NCIS, who supposedly have military advisors, will often their drag handles. Yeah, I don't understand. Like,
so play carriers keep me up at night.
I can't explain how much I feel like people are fucking padding or faking their resumes to be a military advisor in films and shows, because holy fuck, nothing ever looks right.
Well, if you remember, Cole, the one that you came down to Oklahoma City for that still hasn't been put out, they had a guy that was supposedly a ranger in Vietnam advising them. And he was telling guys to put the buttstock underneath their armpit. Like carry it like this.
That one. Yeah. Right. All terrain.
All terrain, yeah. And he got fired like day one because Soto brought it up to the director, was like, hey, this guy's making you look like idiots. Yeah. And then so they fired the guy after lunch. Yeah.
Sniffing him out.
It was really, really, really bad.
Let's watch Miguel die in slow motion, shall we? I'm really mean to him. I love Miguel, but I want to watch him get shot in slow motion.
I forgot how many bullet hits I put on him, because every time the laser hit him in like a certain area, like I put a burst there. So every time you hit him with a laser, it shot.
Look how intensely,
dude. Like I think he kind of forgot he was in a movie.
Chesson just ready to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1 in the kneecap. Boom! Right there.
God.
Oh man, good times.
Oh, that's so good.
Miguel dies so well. He'll
He
never get out of that
Well,
role.
so is this going to be a running thing where Miguel dies in everyone?
Miguel needs to die, and he's like our Kenny. Like he
Yeah, I
just
was just
dies
about
in
to
every
say.
episode.
He gets
Miguel is not
brutally murdered too, because he dies like he gets fucked up in the first one too.
Subtle dust on point. Yeah. So I watched a tutorial probably back in like 2009 where it was the old was it Freddie Wong that used to do the little action shorts?
That guy's great. Rocket jump.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't do anything anymore outside of like the gaming stuff, but he said you have to put like that little powder hit because if you watch movies, it's obviously a tiny explosive that's setting it off. And, you know, obviously in the real world, there's no blood squirting out of people. It's just holes and then blood leaks out. But in movies, you see that burst. Well, there's always a little puff of smoke that comes with it from the explosive charge that sets off the squib. So there's blood burst, and then I do like a gun smoke hit of it like bursting out, and it sells like the impact of it. So if you go back and watch it, there's blood and a little bit of
smoke right
yeah,
there.
Yeah. And also like the thinner parts of the blood would like be like a pink mist as they refract light. So it sells it.
Freddie Wong now does Dungeons and Daddies podcast. All right. Okay.
Okay.
I like it. All right. No, that was like I said, I had a lot of fun doing that. That was a fucking great time.
Any if you guys have any questions, fire them out. But that's kind of, I mean, my process was just shoot it as fast as possible. I dumped it onto my computer that night. I actually had it mostly edited before I left. Like the Airbnb had like a cool little like nook where I could hook up all my stuff, and I had it pretty much edited before we drove back. And then about 3 days of post, a day for VFX and color grading, a day to get the audio that we recorded cleaned up. And then the last day was like Foley, like sound effects of the gun hits, and like you don't really hear it, but like the door slamming, the bomb powering up, the key beeps on the bomb, like it's all fake. I posted that story of all the different lines of audio.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I feel like that's what really sells good pieces, like from okay pieces, is honestly the sound that goes.
Yeah, and mine is not great by like any means. The guys who do it and do it really, really well, like if you go watch Overlord, the sound is so good. But those are professionals getting paid. I'm yeah, Shane is complaining all the hours for editing. My editing kind of might have interfered with Easter Sunday a little bit, but yeah, we got it done. She's gonna come through the door and throw something at me.
We're about to witness domestic
murder. Yeah. No, man.
Oh my God.
I couldn't be more excited about it. It came out great. And that, like I said, it's not me, it's the team. You have to have a good team of people to work within that time frame, get stuff done, and it look good. If you record crap, it's going to look like crap no matter how well you color grade it.
Yep.
So do us a favor, because he doesn't pay us. Share that shit. Take the link, show it up on your Instagrams, tag us, tag ASAP, please.
Yeah,
we love
share it. I'm going to do some more promo stuff probably throughout the week just to keep it going. I think it's already tracking better than the first hitters did.
Almost 200 last I just looked.
Yeah, we got 1,000 on the last one, and that's been out for I don't know, a long time, since October, and it just hit 1,000. So I would like to see this one do twice that at least if we can. If not, we'll just keep doing it until the numbers grow and I can quit my job and just make stupid movies full time.
Yeah.
Help me feed my children.
Right off into the sunset. All right. Punk, do you have anything? I feel like you had something coming out.
Yeah. I started a cult in Georgia.
Yeah, dude, he started a cult and
That's all I'm saying. Good night, everybody.
Right. We still have SS to talk about. No.
Good night, everybody. Started a cult in Georgia. Fuck off.
If Raina, if Kev is still in the chat, I'm sure he'll be willing to chime in about your cult.
Yeah, it was.
We got updates of that cult like as it was forming.
Yeah, as it was happening, it was wild.
Yeah, live updates nonstop.
Yeah,
I love my favorite picture of you is now that what the fuck's up Denny's photo that he took of you, where you're just yelling into the fucking microphone with this crowd of puberty around you.
Yeah, so I basically they were like, "Hey, do you want to do some giveaway stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" But like I was watching how they were interacting with these kids, and it was like they would scream at them, like just and they would back, and I'm like, "Okay, so this is the energy. I got it. I'm gonna match it." So I took the mic. He goes, so you want to do some giveaways?" I was like, "Sure, yeah." And they were on this truck. It's like a deuce and a half, big fucking military truck. All the banners and everybody who did giveaways was standing up there and like making kids fight to the death for free shit.
But you went
And
amongst the people.
I basically, as soon as I got up, and he goes, "All right, man, here you go." He grabs the mic. I immediately turn around. I jump off the truck. I get into the crowd, and I was like, "Everyone, get the fuck in here! Everyone, get in here! Get the fuck in here!" And I started hyping them up, and I started screaming at them, and they would scream at me back. And it was like, from what I was being told, they like everyone was like, "This is a religious experience." I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to
I'm
describe
getting
it.
hyped up hearing about.
I had like the dudes from Speed QB, the guys from like, I mean, not only that, but like, you remember how we had this beef with Cliff from Elite Force,
Mhm.
right? That motherfucker was in the crowd watching all of this shit go down.
Are you just
Is
like
that
glaring
who
at him
you
the
were
whole
yelling at
time,
in the
like,
picture?
not breaking eye contact?
No,
just-
no, I wasn't yelling.
and then you
at
just
him,
stop and you're like, "Kill Cliff."
No. He was just I
Kill
could
John
feel
Lennon.
how uncomfortable he was from the corner of the event. No, but there's other event. There's like not other event. Excuse me, that was dumb. There was other like clothing lines, like well established clothing lines that were much bigger than me, better displays, and like they had a fraction of the traffic that I did. It was insane, and I was like,
Awesome.
it was like I just kind of threw it together, and it happened. And like there was times where I would look across and I would look at them, and they would look at me, and it was just like, "Who the fuck is that guy?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, literally everyone in this crowd is wearing my shit right now." So
Yeah. Well, man, I've said it to you. You built like the culture before the product. And I think
Yeah.
it was such an amazing foundation for you to build off of, that it was always going to be super successful. So like a big cheesy congratulations to you, dude. It's dope.
yeah,
That is
I
awesome.
thank you. I appreciate it. And it, like I still don't like acknowledging it because then I have to acknowledge that it's real. And
I love how ASAP is 50% sucking each other's dicks and 50% shitting on everyone else.
Yeah.
yeah,
You're awesome. Cole, shut up.
Oh my god.
no, and shout out to everybody. No, I mean like not just you guys, but like Jennifer Lynn, like everybody in the crew, like not only you guys, like your extended support and like helping me like get more like content out there, but like it's just, I don't know, man, it really does feel like something, for lack of a better word, like just cheesy as fuck, but it feels special. Like it really does.
Yeah.
And the
no,
community is
100%, dude.
the community is like helped to get to this point where I'm like, they're like, what's next? I'm like, I don't know. Y'all need to decide that shit.
I wasn't
Y'all
ready.
have
I
some
wasn't
fucking
ready.
patience.
I wasn't ready, bro. I just
It reminds
Fuck,
me
man.
that meme of McConaughey from fucking True Detective where he's fucking sucking on that cigarette and he looks just burnt the fuck out. And people are like, "What's next, punk?" And you're like,
That's-
fucking know,
That's
man.
dead
I
ass.
wasn't
That's
supposed to
how
get this
Derek
car.
shit is too. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, Derek.
Oh,
People
yeah.
are like literally sitting there at their fucking keyboard waiting for drops.
yeah, have you gotten are people tattooing your shit yet, punk? They have to,
So
right?
not yet. And I say that yet because I've had several people tell me they're getting rib
Ben.
tattoos, they're getting like all kinds of shit. So like I'll believe it when I see it. However, I'm not going to discount the fact that they still need to get a slaughter patch. Good luck.
Yeah.
But I've got people warning me they're going to be getting them. But I will say I've had like the Ocnid art that I did.
Mhm.
Somebody got a tattoo of
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw that
that.
one. That one
What?
is incredible.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just, dude, that is an incredible piece of art. Like, I love that piece of art.
I know.
it's
I feel like
phenomenal.
I should get a tattoo of that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, man, it's nuts, and it's only gonna get crazier. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just
Yep.
we're gonna get nuts, and we're all gonna have fun.
I think you need like I think you need a guy with a camera that can shoot like a really dope commercial.
I agree, and I have so many ideas, and I literally I can't.
There's some cool shit coming down the pike. I'm
Custom
fucking
bleached hoodies.
Yo,
yes.
did you see? So Jen
Yes,
bleached the
Jen-
sleeve on accident and
Yeah,
then bleached the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
It looks
No,
so
Jen-
good.
Jenny, she sent me a message. She goes, I feel so bad right now. I put bleach on it. And then she goes, but at the same time, like it don't look too bad. And I was like, go buck wild. Like I want to see what a bleached hoodie look like. I want you to get crazy with it. And she sent it back and I was asking her, I was like, how did the transfer hold up? Like, we were kind of collaborating on it in the background and yes, that to answer your question. Yes, it looks so good.
That's awesome.
All right.
That being said, guys, so there's only like a couple of you here, so you'll know before anyone else. I have like 40. Count it 40. Like I always try to keep bumping up the amount of patches I do, but like I've got 40 different unique colorways in the pipeline. Like 40
Wow.
that I'm ordering at once.
Oh wow.
And I'm basically going to be dropping them weekly for the next 4 months. Like, so
Just set one of each aside for Daddy, and I will send you all the money at once.
it's like, I mean, I'm talking like 10 different PVCs. I got a fucking American flag one that looks stupid as shit, but awesome as fuck. Yeah. So, and then new apparel, all that. Just fuck. It's so much to do. So fucking
Yes,
busy.
glorious.
Yes, that's.
Yeah.
Give me your belt. So
dude,
anyway,
I love
if you guys want to join the cult, head to my website and buy some shit and help
it. One
support
of
me.
us.
So,
How much are the patches?
well,
Just a
I'm
basic slaughter patch.
So basically, an embroidered slaughter patch is 12, and the PVCs are 15.
For $12.99, you can join.
I want to do.
one-time payment of $12.99.
I wanna-
Get you
have
into
you-
the cult.
I want to do like an old, like 90s. What is it, like the evangelical church commercials? Like you should donate to the house of the Lord.
Lord.
By the way,
That's what
I saw some of the memes that you were posting over the weekend. I was dying.
Which
I
ones?
was- just over what this holiday was over the weekend. I was
Just the one. I was like,
dying.
okay, so quick story about that. I was helping a buddy move and he goes, hey, real quick, dude, I got to go over to my buddy's house. They need me to be the Easter bunny. Don't ask questions. They have the costume there. I have to be the Easter bunny. The kids are going to flip their shit. And I was like, bro, do whatever you got to do, man. I didn't think anything of it. And then we get to this house and I didn't realize exactly what I had gotten myself into. Before I knew it, I was in this lovely Catholic family's home. I didn't know any of them. I hadn't met a single. There's at least 20 fucking people here. And they all look very lovely. They're dressed so nice. Everyone's having a wonderful time. And I'm in my cutoff M81 shorts with my tattoos everywhere. And they're like, there's a kid's table in the middle of the living room and everyone's sitting around the living room talking. So they offer us biscuits and gravy. So I'm eating biscuits and gravy at this people's house that I've never met at the kids' table in the center of the living room. And everyone is like talking literally through us. And I have never felt more uncomfortable in my life. And then my buddy leaves, right? He gets in the bunny costume and starts throwing out shit. Then that was the video I took, was from this family's home. I have no idea who they were. And I was just like taking inventory of just where I was in my life at that point on Easter. It was amazing.
Seeing you in a nice Grammy's house with
It was exactly that.
crosses everywhere and like little porcelain figurines. And Punk's just
Bro,
sitting in the corner. Punk is sitting in the corner, like
that was it.
he's looking back and forth, like, so how about that Satan guy? He's
just painting a
bad,
pentagram
bad,
in the corner,
bad.
like
It was
Yeah.
and they were so sweet to me, and I was so sweet. Like it was
It
really.
just eating Christmas cookies in the corner.
It was oh my god, dude! It was that. It was exactly that.
Oh, do you need any more cookies, dear? No, Grandma.
And they're like, are you sure you don't want another biscuits with your biscuits and gravy? We would like some more fruit. Would you like some fruit? And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. You guys are so nice. You have a very lovely home. And I'm like sitting and like at the kids' table, my knees are in my elbows while I'm trying to eat this food that, oh man, it was a vibe.
Yeah, we look hot, don't we? Look at that.
look at Cole and Cass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to make a new Turner and Hooch. That's what we need to do. I'll be the dog.
I love it.
So fucking good.
Such a handsome boy.
Dude, that was really fun. Cass, that was a wonderful reception. I had a great time. Dude,
I miss him so much.
I do. We again, the homie platoon needs to happen for a Milsom West game. I think we'll. And the only reason, like specifically, I want to do Milsim West is I feel like being in close proximity, like with the whole crew for 40 hours straight, is just either going to be life changing or someone's going to die.
I feel like if everyone commits to getting some kind of content throughout the 48-hour time, so you can get basically a mini documentary from the perspective of 14 different people, that would be the best meal sim video ever.
That's genius.
That'd be cool.
Pretty fucking cool.
That is genius.
Like, yeah, I dig
Yeah.
it.
Like,
Well, and we've tossed an idea around like that for the longest time because we do make road trips and stuff out of this, and we've talked about like making it like a documentary, and we just never. There's always just such pure chaos going on right before I leave for an event that it just never happens.
Like basically, okay, I know we're sounding like we're doing groundbreaking shit, but if any of you guys have ever seen a SYG travel video, that's basically what it is.
Mhm. Their stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
It's real good.
So let's do that.
See if we can get them to go too. Fuck it. Let's just.
Oh,
go
they
whole
would.
hog. Let's get a whole hog. Let's get all the speed. Let's just really piss some people off.
Send in
Imagine
the speed
SYG
solstice.
and fucking militia kit.
Oh, I maybe
Oh.
I bet you I could get Pat on board, Roosta. If I'm like,
Oh,
hey Pat, we're
dude.
going Milsim West, let's go. And he'd be like, fucking bet, dude. Fucking be on board.
Vice exclusive. Yeah. All right. Fucking on that note, we're getting out of here. Love you all. We'll see you guys later.
Go watch the movie a bunch. Share it.
Get 9. Yeah, go watch his video immediately.
Yeah.
Right now.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Share it.